This video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Map First Impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Newbrook Farm. This map can be found at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game mod hub. And as of the 1.0 release, this map is available for all platforms. Now before we go on further, I want to say this video is brought to you by Dave Demented. Thank you for being a farm baron. All right, let's read a little bit of the description. Welcome to Newbrook Farm. This is a small fictional British map inspired by real farms that I originally made for FS13 and I have now converted to FS19. It is a very small map with small hilly fields suited to smaller machines. A little bit of a trend here. This is a map for small stuff. If you like to play with big stuff, Newbrook Farm is not the map for you. The main farm is Newbrook Farm, which includes cows, pigs, sheep, beef cattle, and chickens. There's also 3 silage pits, grain storage, and storage sheds on the map. Second farm is Brayton Farm. It includes just storage sheds, and we're going to find it to the north of the map, kind of up on the hill. This map features 27 fields, 1 forested area, biogas plant, trading center with sell points, small village. This map is seasons ready with a seasons mask. This map is also precision farming ready with a custom soil map. There is a placeable trigger included with the map. It is not pre-placed, which I think is a great idea. Lets you put it down wherever you want. Maybe you want it here at this house for Newbrook Farm. Maybe you want it up at Brayton Farm. Maybe you want it at town or at a house in town. Pigs, beef cattle, silage pits, grain storage can be bought and sold as needed. Go ahead and look on in. Go ahead and pull up the maps, the mods we typically look at when we take a look at these maps. Bring up the log. And there we go. Go ahead and do a little bit of a spin. So right in front of us, we have our shop. There's a little bit of the town. We have one of the potential houses for our sleep trigger right here at our start point. And then the main farm is just up on the hill right behind the house. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map. So here we are. If we take a look at the lands area, you'll see we start out by owning the main farm here, which includes field 20 for $427,000. We also have field 17, field 18, field 21, 22, 23, and we also own the biogas plant at the start. Now, if you load this map up in Farm Manager or start from scratch, you do not own any of the land. You'll have to buy that. You also have to buy the biogas plant, should you so wish, but all of the buildings are pre-placed. Now, the starting equipment is only available on New Farmer mode. If you start in one of the other play modes, you do not have the starting equipment. Now, we can pretty much buy everything and anything you see here on the map, including the road, which includes the shop here and the egg sell point. You can purchase this retail area down here, which includes all the other sell points. The area around the sawmill and biogas plant. Here is the small forest for $84,000. And this is Brayton Farm up here, which includes field 3. And you can buy it for $122,500. Let's go ahead and take a look at that custom soil map. You see to the north here, we have a fair bit of silty clay. And we have a band of loam, sandy loam, loamy sand, and then back to sandy loam and loam here down toward the bottom. Take a look at our sell points. We have the Newbrook Trading Center, which is going to be where we're going to be selling the bulk of our crops. We have the wool area for our cotton and wool. We do have an egg sell point and a milk specific sell point. The sawmill is going to take logs and wood chips. We also have 2 places to sell our silage, hay, straw, and grass. One at the bale sell point and then one at the biogas plant. We do already own it at the start. And I do believe that I remissed and did not check off straw harvest. So I do not know if the bale sell point will also take our pellets, but that typically is what happens. If we take a look at our starting equipment, we start out with a pretty decent list of starting equipment given the small nature of this map. Do not have any animals at the start, and we do have contracts available. Now let's go ahead and take a look at that starting equipment. Start out with the Valtra N154E and the Valtra A114. So our tractors range in horsepower from 110 to 165. We have the New Holland TX32 harvester. That is paired up with the TX32 header and header trailer. We have the TKD 302 trailer, the Agrimaz POH5 plow, and the Polymag 300 cultivator. We have the Spirit R300S seeder, the Kuhn Axis fertilize spreader. We have the front Novacat mower, and we have the Kuhn side mower. We have the Vicon tedder. We have the Pottinger windrower, and then the Zelon CFS 2501 forage wagon. We have the New Holland round baler. We have our silage leveler blade, front loader arms, bucket, bale spike. Here's our header trailer, weight, and then we move into the sellable placeables. Now, not every building on the farm is sellable. We can only sell the beef cattle, pig enclosure, chicken coop, farm storage, and then 2 covered silage pits. These covered silage pits and the single covered silage pit. Take a look here at our animal pens under placeables. You'll see we can also buy back pigs, beef, and chickens. Can't get rid of the dairy cattle or the sheep. It's very important. Miscellaneous, there is nothing new there. For silos, we have the farm storage silo and then the covered silage pits. Sheds, and then we have our placeable sleep trigger. $200, we can begin sleeping wherever we should want to. There. All right, so let's just go ahead and kind of walk up on the hill and take a look around. The first thing we see when we come up here on this entrance is we have our chickens to the right. Our dairy cows are to our left. We can buy our chickens right here. 100 chickens. We have our food trough for our chickens there. Here we have our sheep area. So we have our food trough. We have our sheep buy trigger. 80 sheep in this particular area. And then through here, we have the water trough. Of course, we use Animal Pen Extension Mod to help us locate the water trough, and it helps see if the map should happen to support the Animal Pen Extension Mod, and therefore the custom placement of these pipes. The fact that these are here means that that support is not included. That still doesn't preclude you from moving them yourself. We have some of our equipment stored over here. This looks to be a place for you to just dump things. There's no trigger in this marker, this particular area. Going over here, we have our slurry point for our dairy cows. We have our cow buy point, 200 cattle. We have our food trough and our straw trigger right through here. Already see our water trough directly ahead of us. We have a water trough right there. And then around the corner, it's a little tricky. A little tricky. You would think that this might be the milk trigger. But no sirree Bob, it is not. So our milk trigger is actually through here. This is where we're going to find our milk trigger. And again, the Lily milk sales machine is part of the animal pen extension mod. And therefore it helps us, one, locate the milk trigger. And two, if you play with this particular mod, it also lets you basically do automated milk sales. Corner here we have some more of our storage equipment. So just well, I thought I was just going to sneak through here, but okay. And then we start over here with our silage bunkers. We have silage bunker 1. Another silage bunker there. Oops. One of our tractors or weights back there in the corner. Here we have our silo dump station and fill pipe. We have our dump point. We have our fill pipe. Over here we have our pigs. We have our water trough, food trough, slurry, and manure over there. 100 pigs in this particular zone. Here we have a single slurry pit or silage pit. And then we move over here to our beef cattle. So we have our slurry for our beef cattle. And we have our food and straw triggers. 200 beef cattle in this particular area. And then our water trough is right around the corner. There you go. Let's go ahead and take a look at our animals and just make sure there isn't anything special going on here. So we have pretty standard pig requirements, standard beef cattle requirements. You notice these are beef cattle because they do not produce milk here. We have standard sheep. Then we have our dairy cows. And then our chickens, all pretty standard. All right, guys, so we're just going to go ahead and get set up for that fly around. We'll take a real quick tour around the map from above. We'll settle back down to shop and then do a little bit of a drive. So here we've got a little bit of altitude and we can pretty much see off in the distance. That is Brayton Farm up there on the hill. And we have our forested area. Bit of a valley going on there. Of course, our Newton Farm directly below us. We have our BGA. And then way off in the distance, down is to the lowest point on the map. We have all of the other sell points. See, this map is quite hilly, rolling hills. You're going to want to make sure you have ample horsepower to navigate yourself around here. So this is Brayton Farm. We have a couple sheds. We have a potential farmhouse. It is a separate buyable plot. as compared to the storage sheds area. But it's an interesting farm up here on top of the hill. Make our way back through town. We have an egg sell point here, as well as the vehicle shop. We have the biogas plant. And then we have kind of the retail complex. This is where all of the other sell points and buy points are located. Newbrook Trading Center. So we have our wool sell point, our bale sell point, milk sell point, our grain sell point. We have water fill trigger. We also have our animal dealer. Down here. Just shoot straight on back over here to the shop. And here we are at Taylor's Agricultural Engineers. We have our customized repair and sell trigger there, and then our shop icon. Go ahead and get our Mahindra. Everything spawns kind of down here at the bottom of the hill. So not a huge area for equipment to spawn in, but of course, you're not really going to be using big equipment on this particular map anyway. And down here we've got this whole area for our dairy cattle to graze in. Newbrook Restaurant and Takeaway is where we're going to be selling our eggs. Looks like, according to the icon, our trigger is right here. I'm not seeing it, so it must be around back. Let's go ahead and take a look. Saw the hashed marks right here at the garage is our egg sell point. Let's head on down here to the biogas plant. A little first-person driving. Still a sense for the rolling nature of the fields and the roads. Newbrook BGA. We have our digestate with our digester. Here we have 2 silage bunkers for the biogas plant. Bunker 1 and bunker 2. And then we have our log sell point and our wood chip sell point here at the biogas plant. Now, something interesting is going on here. And that is that I found a mystery trigger box floating up here in the sky. Not really sure what that trigger box is supposed to be used for, because we have our digestate trigger. We have our digester trigger. We have the boxes to denote the silage bunker triggers. And we have the log trigger as well as the wood chip trigger there. So I'm not really sure what that mystery trigger is that's floating up in the sky. Leave it to me, I'll even find a floating trigger. We kind of already looked at these sell points, but we'll just go ahead and take a look at them anyway. Newbrook Trading Center. Inside here we have our bale sell point, our wool and cotton sell point. And we have a floating trash dumpster. Excellent. We have our milk sell point, our grain dump. I just want to see. These do anything? No, they do not. We have a water buy point right here. We have our animal buy point right there. And that is pretty much this whole retail complex. Now, I do just want to go ahead and kind of drive up to Brayton Farm, just to get that sense of the rolling fields, the rolling hill nature of the map. This particular road is going to take us up around our farm. And the cattle walking to and fro, I kind of like that. Nice little design touch. All of the fields are gated. Let's go ahead and check. Hedges do not have collisions on them, at least not vehicle collisions. And like I said, Brayton Farm is up here on the hill. Kind of gives itself a nice, unique viewpoint across the rest of the map. Pretty much situated up here on the highest point of the map itself. Here we are. Newbrook Farm. Now, interesting, the description calls it Brayton Farm. The sign here calls it Newbrook Farm. We just have vehicle storage here, some sheds. This would be an interesting kind of a contractor yard. Maybe you want to pretend that you are a contractor that oversees all of this domain. And therefore this could be a nice little yard for you to do that from. Then there's a little yard shed here across the street. And like I said, if you're so inclined, you might also wish to buy this house here and put your sleep trigger up here. So guys, that is it. That is Newbrook Farm. I was looking at the Newbrook Farm sign. That is Newbrook Farm. Again, it's over at farmingsimulator.com, the in-game mod hub, and is available for all platforms. Until next time, happy farming.